scratch a class part. Guys, you join us on what is probably the best Canadian weekend for cars. We definitely do a lot of cool stuff in the US and Europe, but it is Formula One Grand Prix weekend in Montreal. So we are on the way to Montreal. This year we're taking the M3 Jahare Edition. So we got the Drive with Roy stickers already on the back window. And we're going with Benny as well in his E63 that's running probably close to 1,000 horsepower, maybe more. But yeah, usually we take the RS5. This year, Jahare Edition M3. Let's see how it does in Montreal. Let's see what kind of cars we end up seeing. Guys, we just arrived in Montreal and our first stop is always right here. So this, you know, right here you just see some Percons and stuff. Looks pretty normal, but this is actually probably the best place in Canada to see cars because behind me is a pretty solid lineup. Let me walk you through some of the highlights here because this is definitely the most stacked showroom anywhere in the country. So first highlight for me is right here, Aventador SV, one of 600. The orange SV writing so nice, and I believe this is Grigio Telesto, so very, very nice gray. Cool STO, but let's start with the big boys right now. So we have an orange Countach here, one of 112, and beside that, another one of the 112, but this one is in green. There's actually a lot of LP400 Countaches, which this car is kind of based off of, you know, the 1970s 400 Countaches in this spec with the green on brown. So pretty cool to see, almost like a heritage spec. Next has the track only SC V12, so absolutely wild V12 car, track use only. As you can tell, there's no way this thing would ever be street legal. But next to that is the best car in the country, one of the coolest cars ever. I believe these someday are going to be $50 million. I think this is like the unicorn of our generation of cars, and I just don't think it gets any better than this. The Lamborghini Veneno, one of 3. Now, we were at the Lamborghini factory about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we saw the one there. Now, that one is not one of the 3. It has like different headlights. It's slightly a different car. It's a prototype. Only 3 actual customer cars. One is here, one is in Florida, and I believe the third one is in Hong Kong. And then another highlight for me right here is this matte gray Aventador, but it's not a regular Aventador. This is an LP720, so it's the 50th anniversary. I believe 50 or 100 of these cars made. This car specifically, I believe, used to be a Toronto car. Now it is here. I think it's been here for a little bit. And one more car that I really want to show you guys. So right here we have a Lamborghini Murcielago SV. Technically, there was supposed to be 350 of these made, but this car came out right around the recession, so people didn't really order them. And this is one of the only numbered cars where they didn't actually fill the order. So I think there was 186 cars or 220 something cars, but very, very rare to see. I don't know if we even have any more real ones in Toronto, but you can get either the big SV writing or the small SV writing. There's some with a ducktail. This one has the big wing, but man, I would absolutely love one of these cars. They're so rare. They're so raw. Kind of the last properly great version of Lambos, the last really raw car with the real Lambo DNA. The Aventador still is kind of like that, but I don't think it's the extent of the Murcielago SV. Okay, so guys, right now we're about to walk into a mall, which is something we don't normally do on this channel, but apparently there's some cars in here. We're gonna go check this out. So we're inside the mall right now, but when we look down, there are some cars. So not your average day at the mall. We have an SP3 here. Pretty sick, I mean, to see it in the mall, but not only that, they're actually pretty good with this because there's also an SP1, the one-seater track-only Ferrari. So really there is only so many times you can use this car. So I think this is one of the more baller cars to buy because you can't take a passenger with you, can't drive it on the road. I mean, this is for the exact circumstance when you're on the track by yourself. That is the only reason you buy this car. But if you want to bring a passenger along with you, there's the SP2, 2-seater with a little windshield right there. But yeah, the less baller version in my opinion. More people I think got the SP2s. We have a pretty cool trio of SP cars at the mall. Next car here is an Alfa Romeo 8C Spider. Now our whole Europe trip, all we talked about is how affordable these actually are. These are like Ferrari 458 pricing, and it's a way cooler car. So I don't know, maybe in the near future you might see me try to figure out a way to get one because it's actually pretty affordable. And then on the other side we have a Pista Spider. And I think the last lineup of cars, there's a 911R right here. Pretty cool. I mean, very raw, like supposed to be the last manual, but it wasn't. I don't know, it's Carrera here, but then this is such a nice Sport Classic in like this cream color. It's not white, it's like kind of off-white. Very good car. I love the Sport Classic. Next to it, looks like a 250 GTO. It is not a 250 GTO. This is actually a 250 Lusso with a GTO body on it. You know, obviously I would prefer originality, but this is still a multi-million-dollar car. Correction, this is the last car, and I think it's a sign, guys. Alpha 8C, I mean, coupe is even cheaper, and I mean, it's one of the best looking cars ever made. I think it's a sign. First spot of F1 weekend, not bad at all. Ferrari F430 in silver. Let the absolute chaos begin. It is still quiet today, but from what I remember, every year spotters, I don't know, their threshold for a cool car is not that good. So I don't know if they'll spot me, but they tend to go after some cars that in Toronto people don't pay too much attention to. But we got a nice McLaren kind of lineup here, but people are going absolutely too crazy for an Artura that is behind ropes. So we just valeted the M3 because Benny wanted to park here and he's nice enough to pay for it. So free valet parking courtesy of Benny from ECC. But we got an R8 here, but there's a Revuelto here. Not bad, but the plate is pretty good. For kids, that's pretty good. I mean, usually there's hypercars here. The one time we park here, there isn't anything crazy. Or we go up to the street, hopefully we see something. And we got a Maybach doing Maybach things. So the first park street spot of the weekend, we got a 512M, like I always say. Open headlights are better than pop-up headlights. Every time there's a car with both, open headlights is the one, and this is the best version of the Ferrari 512. Back at Valet, we got a Spider RS over here with the roof down. And a GT3RS. Little lineup of supercars. We got an R8. We got, ooh, they're lining up. We got a Huracan and a McLaren GT. The Popo's coming. But we do have a 355 Spider right there.
Is it an F1 or
is it an F1 or is it manual? I don't know, man.
We'll be able to tell by the badge.
We got the local French guy to judge.
Bonjour.
Let's see, what is it going to be, F1 or gated? I don't know why I have a bad feeling. I don't think it's our lucky day.
For sure it's F1.
Yeah.
For sure it's F1.
It does work though, so that could mean it's stick.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's manual.
Yeah, we got no paddles. It is a manual transmission. Good job, good sir.
He is?
He gave up on the traffic, and now he's gonna go the other way. Good try. That is so nice. We got a white on cream SLS. It's not the Roadster. We got the Gullwing over here. You know what? The cars today have had some pretty good class. I mean, we're no hypercars yet, but I think we got some very high quality cars. Oh, the door came up and now it's going down. Got an R8 as well. And a bone, looks like a bone stock RX-7. Actually, no, exhaust is definitely not stock, but again, there's some class here. There's some class. Yeah, I mean, it's... Okay, scratch the class part. When an SF90 is half of the original price, then you get two, and now you're okay again. Got a Spider and a coupe. We got a Burgundy 993. We got an Arena Red 993. I said Burgundy originally, but that was not okay here.
It's Arena Red.
Arena Red.
It's Arena Red.
Okay, so we have a Turbo S cab, I believe, and a Huracan Evo with a wing. But yeah, I mean, not a bad duo, all black. Pretty good 930.
Roy went to take a piss. I'm taking his place. We have this green Storado.
Not bad, 750S. The orange interior, I gotta say, is pretty cool, but yeah, not bad. And look at that, we got a Guards Red GT4. Not bad at all. That is a very good spec GT500, actually. I gotta say, the gray on the blue looks really nice. And we finally got a proper car. We got an SV Roadster in gold with the red accents and carbon bucket seats. We got a 48 and a green Lotus Evora. Nice. Then a Roma as well. And a GTR. Pretty good lineup. GTR, Roma, Lotus at 48. That's a really nice color on the A12, I gotta say, and the wheels work really nice with it too. And behind this A12, there's a Mach-E police car. Look at the wheels. That's a police car, Mach-E GT. Oh, he's getting a ticket. And the real spots here, we got 2 horsepower ready to bust down any other horsepower. I want to see someone get pulled over by a horse cop. So apparently somewhere deep in that crowd, there's a Carrera GT. Unfortunately, I see 2 colorful M cars, and I really hope that's not what the crowd is for, because I was just told Carrera GT coming this way. Okay, thank God. I thought they're all taking pictures of this. This doesn't matter right now because CGT in traffic, not bad. CGT, pretty cool. Actually, didn't expect to see this in Montreal traffic. Look at this. Finally, these guys are not deprived of cool cars. They don't have to run after Huracans anymore because everything is saved. We got a CGT. No more Huracans for these guys. This is where it's at. Absolute freaking madness. There's literally hundreds of spotters racing to go get pictures of this silver Carrera GT. Cool car, but look at this. I mean, usually there's LaFerrari Apertas and stuff out. The guy that owns this car has a LaFerrari Aperta. I mean, crazy. Imagine having to drive this with this clutch in traffic with all this going on. And the one and only 6 cars has arrived in Montreal. Ooh, let's see. Oh yeah, he brought cars with him. 430. Pretty good. Second 430 we see today, I think.